I'm from the mining industry, and the critical minerals that we need for decarbonization, they are super important. If we don't have the conversation, particularly of the supply and the demand of these minerals, then we are not focusing on the right things. It is predicted that we may potentially have a supply deficit for most of these critical minerals. Now, this is where circular economy comes in. How about we recycle, we reuse, we refurbish some of these critical raw materials? So that's why it's so important for us to have this kind of conversation. So we help mining companies to be more sustainable. If they become more sustainable, what it means is we are able to get more companies, mining companies, to produce more critical minerals. And what are these critical minerals used? They are used, for example, your battery, the lithium, the copper that we need, the nickel, the iron that we need for all these renewable energy products that we are talking about. We need those critical minerals. Now, if we're not able to help mining companies to be more sustainable, to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, to reduce the water consumption they're using, to actually be nature positive, because remember, mining takes up a lot of nature out, right? When we mine, we generate a lot of waste. Where does that waste go? We need to make sure that we regenerate the mining sites so that it becomes sustainable. If we don't help them, it means they will lag behind in terms of their ESG, and therefore they cannot mine more. So by helping them to be more sustainable, to ensure that they recycle more water, they reduce their energy consumption, and they also build a sustainable business, then we will not be able to get the critical minerals. Oh, I think there's been a lot that has happened. For example, in my industry, you see that the mining companies, first of all, from reporting, disclosure, voluntary disclosure. The second part, companies coming together to resolve some of the big issues that the industry faces. It's super important to collaborate, because some of these problems, you can't solve it on your own. And we've heard the word collaboration. And I think that is one of the things that has happened from COP27 to this time. The third part of it, we have actually seen a lot that has happened, especially when it comes to regulation, right? And also in terms of reporting. We are now seeing a convergence in terms of international reporting. How does it look like? How does success look like for reporting, particularly on environmental, social, and governance? Circular economy, for me, it's my passion. I may be biased, but I think it's so important. And I think I've already mentioned, do we need to mine more? Because the more we mine, the more we actually impact the environment, the more we actually are not able to reach our goals that we've set for ourselves. So how about putting more funding, for example, for organizations such as ours? I am creating a platform for all different players to come in to solve issues, particularly for the mining industry, as I've already mentioned, why we need more critical minerals. And that platform is going to help us to move the needle the most. And I would like to see more funding, philanthropists coming in and helping entrepreneurs such as us, and we can get a win-win situation. And I think this is super important. I am hopeful because now we are speaking more. We are saying it's no longer about tick box. It's no longer about just doing, it's about the way of doing business. If we don't act now, speed, inclusion, we will never be able to get what we want. But I'm so excited because we can actually see how companies, government have actually moved the needle. And I can see that this is going to happen in the future to come.